Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along. Surprisingly enough, once I started looking into the energies of the news today, my eyes got worse. So that's interesting. They were getting really, really good over the weekend while I was just chilling, being grateful, simple things, just absolutely just settling into life. But as soon as I started looking at the news, so I'm going to write them off until, I mean, I am still going to be treating them, but I'm really starting to believe what a lot of you are saying is that it's because of the energies at the moment and what we are seeing. So entertainment only, what we are seeing as light workers. Yes, it is spring has sprung today. It's supposed to get to about 27 Celsius. Beautiful weather. Lovely clothes drying weather. So I've got a couple of loads on the clothesline out there already. But, you know, it's that tussle between summer and winter at the moment. So we'll still get a couple of cool days going forward. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, there's a lot that's been happening. Just some little news snippets that passed my desk today. Oh, I just want to put out the LVAP or LVAP reading I did, I believe, on Friday. I clearly said from memory or similar. I don't know my medical devices, and I'm just going to say or similar. A lot of you were saying, oh, it takes 2 weeks to recover from an LVAP surgery. Yeah, I'm not disputing that at all. However, missing for a week, something was up, and that's why I said or similar, and the cards, yes, were very much or similar. So, you know, something going on there. Now, I gather a Houthi drone dropped a missile on an Israeli airport showing faults with their defense system. Apparently because the drone was not considered to be a risk or foreigner or anything like that. The airport was closed, I believe, for about 90 minutes, wasn't closed significantly. But that's a bit of a wake-up call for the Israelis as well. Remembering that the Israelis were responsible for not only taking out Houthi leaders, but taking out Yemen leaders as well. What I want to have a look at is, in this particular reading, I'm going to have a look at the Japanese Prime Minister. So, I might as well use my mystical manga cards, being Japanese based. Okay, manga, M-A-N-G-A. What's happened? Okay, so, in Japan, the Prime Minister, and I have written his name down, and I'm sure I pronounced that completely wrong, so I'll just call him XPM Ishiba. So, because the first name will totally elude me. He's very much a centrist prime minister. He negotiated a coalition in government. Japan, like the rest of the world, is going through some really dramatic changes and can be very confronting to a lot of people. But you've got to remember that the only constant in life is change. There is no static. The only constant in life is change, but you know, change is extremely difficult for a lot of people. They don't realize the change they go through because usually we're sort of frogs in the pot, getting the pot turned up ever so slowly. So we get used to change. What's happening at the moment is the energies have significantly quickened, and therefore the change is happening in a condensed timeline, which a lot of people are struggling because they're not getting time to adjust to the actual change as we go forward. So the Japanese, he's now ex-prime minister, he resigned, Ishiba. Apparently he was the one, his government was the one that negotiated the tariffs with the US that were supposedly executive ordered approved. Executive orders have to go through Congress. But the US regime is acting as if Congress doesn't exist. This is why I keep saying the Constitution is going to be significantly rewritten, if not rewritten from scratch, because at the moment, don't quote the Constitution at me because it doesn't mean shite. Because this regime is basically treating it like a paper napkin to wipe your face and toss it in the compost bin. Just putting it out there. That's what's happening. So what's happened is it's a coalition party that is the leading party in Japan. However, it doesn't have the majority of either the House or the Senate. It just has a bigger portion than the other parties. So they don't have a two-party system in Japan, just like we don't really have in Australia. We have two major parties, but often it is the minor parties and or independents that can hold the balance of power in, especially in the Senate in Australia. So what's happened is the coalition has reduced numbers in the last two elections, but they still hold power in the House and Senate in Japan because they are the majority, the biggest mass in those two houses of parliament, called the LDP. So the current Prime Minister has resigned after negotiating the tariffs with the US. I didn't get why he was under pressure to resign, but it looks like he's going to probably be replaced with the current agricultural minister, who is trying to get reductions in rice costs, because rice is a basic staple in Japan. And as part of the tariff deal, there was a deal to buy rice from the US. Okay. However, the Prime Minister that signed this tariff deal has now resigned. Doesn't mean that it won't go ahead. It just means the playing field might be altered. What I want to have a look at, you also got to remember Japan is the biggest holder of US government bonds, which is the US debt, which they could dump on the market and just destroy the US dollar if they wanted to. We are at this wheel turning moment, trying to find a way forward out of these troublesome waters, trying to move forward into calmer waters. This is Japan. Okay, I believe the chief economist may also go for the top dog position, but I'm feeling it's the ag minister, Shinji Kozami. Again, my Japanese isn't real hot. He's younger. He's apparently very photogenic. And he has been very vocal about fighting climate change, and he wants to make the fight against climate change fun and sexy. I like this guy. The fight against climate change, fun and sexy. Absolutely sounds like my type of guy. So I want to have a look. I'm just going to have a look at Japan. Okay, first of all, I'm going to ask whether the Ag Minister, Shinji Kozami, is he going to become the next Prime Minister? I know I've got the yes-no cards there, but let's throw a little bit more. Show me Shinji Kozami. Let's have a look. I'm actually feeling really positive about what is happening with Japan at the moment. Okay, the government. Okay, leadership, government, higher authorities, working together across the aisle, and circles of support. I'm going to say yes, and I've got ringing in my ear as well. I think yes, he's going to get the top ticket, and I think he is someone who is going to be able to work across the aisle, across parties, to bring the government parties together. You've got the Page of Wands, the youthful messenger with a new plan, bringing forward a new plan. New career can be as well, bringing forward a new youthful passion. He's the articulate orator, holding the talking stick. And you've got the High Priestess. And I'm going to read this as a rise in the divine feminine. It can be about hidden agendas. It can be about secrets being revealed. He may reveal some secrets as well that were previously hidden, but it feels very much about leaning into his feminine energy, and we've got the Emperor taking control. The Emperor can be my way or the highway in its negative connotations, dictatorship energies, but in its positive connotations, it is very much about stepping into the role of authority and taking control of a situation. And then you've got the Ace of Swords, new beginning, new truth, the Magician, the ability to manifest a future going forward, and then the Ace of Coins. I like this guy, and then the Sun card. Yeah, I think he is going to get the role, and I think he is going to take control and bring parties together and bring about these new beginnings. So I do like this. So let's have a look about, I'll just put those back randomly. I want to have a look at Japan going forward. Japan's biggest asset is its people. Innovative, hardworking. They do need a work cultural change though, which the people are starting to demand. So show me. Yeah, because a lot feel trapped by the current cultural expectations. Basically, the expectation is that you get in before your boss gets in of a morning. Hard work, end of a cycle, and hard work to bring about a new cycle with this young leader. There's a real the culture for work in Japan was and is very much about you get to work before your boss, you work your plus hours, and then you go for drinks with the boss after work. So basically you have no social life if you're wanting to get ahead. There's a real shift underway in Japan that's not living. But that was very much the culture over the last 50 years. Oh, speaking of culture over the last 50 years, in regards to what's happening, I'm going to say worldwide with what's being exposed with the Epstein trafficking, money laundering, unraveling, there will be, I know Cash Peter's got, the thing bobbing at the surface, the box of information bobbing at the surface, and only about a third will be revealed, etc. There's stuff that will never come out. I'm just going to put it out there. There was stuff we will never see. And the reason being is those that were actually, they're getting old. They're getting old and they're going to die. It should be revealed, but there will be, I'm getting that there will be some sort of, and I've been getting this for a while, that there will be some sort of decision that is made that they're dead, their legacy's dead, it's the end of the line for them. We're not going to try and prosecute this person because they're dead. I'm just going to put it that way, because you've got to remember that these figures, the Orange Twerp, Epstein, those that were all involved they rose in their power during the 1980s, the greed is good era, the Wolf of Wall Street era, the unlimited money, the Reagan era, where he shifted the power from the people up to the corporations. He started the destruction of taxing the wealthy and adding taxes to the middle class, lower class, increasing the divide, the union busting, and all the rest of it. They rose in their power during that period, the 80s. Now, the 80s, believe it or not, were 40 to 45 years ago. These people are now in their late 70s, early 80s. And humanity is what humanity is. It's a finite life cycle. Hate to tell you, it's a finite life cycle. So that's why I'm feeling like some information won't come out. Okay, that was a little side snippet there. And this is very much the culture of Japan, this culture of working 14 hours a day, not necessarily efficiently, because what's happening now is reports are coming out that the 4-day working week is actually being more efficient than the 5 days, because it's a concentrated, refreshed and concentrated work period. Huge shift. It's a worldwide shift. Okay, show me the future of Japan, the Queen of Wands. Again, the divine female. The divine female coming forward, new ideas, new plans, women. But it's not necessarily women, it's feminine energy. And I haven't read anything about this Shinji Koizumi. Haven't read anything about him. I just get that he is bringing this new divine feminine inspirational energy forward with him. On the bottom, this is the current energy. This is what we're in at the moment, is the Eight of Wands. Disappointment in the harvest, disappointment with the way things are, the obsession with money over lifestyle. That's what I'm just getting at the moment. Yeah, the juggling of life. A need to find balance. And the Japanese people, I'm not saying all of them, but there's a shift to walking away from what is not serving them. And that is this 14-hour working days or whatever, investing everything in the financial harvest. Because what happens is you lose the life balance. Justice card is very much about restoring the balance, and people are walking away and concentrating more on personal relationships rather than work relationships. That's what I'm getting for the Japanese people. Now, I do apologize if I say Chinese at any stage during this. I'm talking about Japan. So we've got this Queen of Wands energy. New plans coming forward, inspirational new path coming forward as the government tries to find these calmer waters, packing up the truth, brutal truth, reality, etc., and moving away from these turbulent times. The energy that they're stewing in at the moment is looking at their options on the world stage. Absolutely. Two of Wands, looking at their options on the world stage, their place in the world. Looking beyond traditional trading partners. In the past, the Sun card. An illumination moment. This has happened in the past. A revealing moment occurring in the past. So Japan is ahead on this already, I believe, and that's part of this resignation of PM Ishiba and the shift. Okay, crowning this reading. The energy over at the moment is planning going on behind the scenes. Deals being done, planning going on behind the scenes to build something new. It is a dark money card as it's lower vibration, but I'm not feeling low vibration here today. I'm sitting in this eclipse moon energy, and there's no one person doing all the work while the others look on. This is three of them combined, creating a roadmap going forward, working together, remembering that it is a coalition, the LDP, the ruling party, the governing party, not ruling, goodness me, they don't rule, they are the governance party. I'm not even getting governing, I'm getting governance party, the doing, not the ruling over, working together. We've got here the immediate future, the government stepping forward, governance. Okay, externally, tower moment. Tearing down of what was so it can be rebuilt, an implosion externally. Okay, is this on the world scene? This is why the Japanese governance are reassessing, because there's still, this is the here and now, the past and the going forward. There is going to be this tower moment externally. So the new governance, the tower moment externally on the world stage, and internally going forward. Look at these major arcana in the future for Japan. These are big cards. The ability to reinvent, the ability to pull the rabbit out of the hat, the ability to create the future that they want. So this is some sort of external implosion on the world stage. But I think this new governance is going to stand firm. Hopes and fears, the Four of Swords. This is about retreating. It's about contemplation. It's about taking time out to have a serious think. It's about stepping back in regards to international contracts and legalities. Let's see where this goes. And then, gosh, look at these majors. And the outcome is the judgment, the rising up after the storm has passed. We've got the Five of Wands. Now, what I'm going to say with this particular card, because I am an image reader, and that's why I'm drawn to the particular decks because of the image on them. This Five of Wands, this figure in the middle here, they're not fighting amongst himself. He is being handed the wands by these figures that are not seen. You can only see their hands. Wands are very much about plans. They are about passion. They are about messaging. They are about the careers going forward. This figure here, instead of it being an infighting, he is being handed these wands to go and face something that is beyond our view. Empowered is the word I've got. Something about Japan. They are going to be empowered going forward. And it is the end of the cycle of what was. And then we have this one wand going forward. In the chaos of what was, stepping forward with a new cycle. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting for Japan. Okay. Just see what's on the bottom. Oh, we already did the bottom at the start. So I'm really getting that Japan going forward, when whatever this is happens, they're going to be in a place of strength. Okay, so show me what is going to happen under this new leadership, this new youthful leadership. Big change coming. Oh, death card, ending of a cycle, new beginning. And the new beginning is a good new beginning. So show me what's going to happen. This tariff deal, I'm just kidding. It's going to be, show me what's going to happen to this tariff deal between Japan and the US. Now, I do understand that industry in Japan, especially the car manufacturing industry, is really struggling at the moment with these horrific tariffs, but I want to have a look. Again, we're talking catalyst moment. So talk to me about this deal between Japan and the US. What's going to happen to it from Japan's point of view? Ace of Swords. A new beginning, new truth, new reality, cutting through the crown, cutting through. So it's new start. King of Wands. Action being taken to bring forward a new message. Okay, see where it goes. Nightmare situation. This could be a new strategy because this is in the challenge position. This is action being taken by the now resigned PM, Shiba. The energy that they're stewing in regards to this negotiation is what the F have we done? In the past, we've got the Sun again. Something being revealed, something being exposed, seeing the light. And then we've got the Queen of Coins. The energy over this is doing what financially, economic-wise is best for Japan. That's the here and now. I think basically this decision nightmare, this unbalanced, nightmarish tariff deal that they've done is because of looking after the Japanese economy in the here and now. But how's it going to go going forward? You've got the Page of Swords, new truth being brought forward, new exposing new reality, Page of Swords. Externally, a lot of swords here. Swords are very much about intellectual property, but I'm getting legality, truth, reality. Externally, finding themselves restricted by this deal. So let's see where it goes, because you've got the nightmare situation and the restriction. So the truth of the deal is coming forward. The restrictiveness of it, internally not liking the deal that was done, and I think not accepting the deal that was done. There's something more here. Let's see what the outcome is. Hopes and fears, the King of Coins. Oh gosh, look at the, this is oligarchical money. This is whomever is behind the orange twerp. Being aggressive, the King of Coins, hopes and fears. So this fear of the oligarchical money, but we have the Star of Hope and Healing, Japan defending itself, and the world. End of a cycle, new beginning, pushing back. That's going to bring about an ending and a new beginning. And then we've got the King of Swords. And I so much prefer the King of Swords to the King of Coins. So we've got, is that the King of Wands? 3 kings here. Kings are about taking action. So there might be some legal action to bring about a better trade deal, and Japan will be dealing from a place of strength, new boundaries that they will stand defiantly behind. And we've got the Ten of Cups for the people. On the bottom, the familiar cards coming together in a different order. The new Prime Minister being armed, the Judgment card working together, the High Priestess revealing secrets, but also the rise of the Divine Feminine. You've got the Empress. She's very much about nurturing and abundance. Can mean Russia. I mean, there might be secrets about Russia coming forward and dark money with Russia that leads to this judgment moment. But this is very much about holding on to their power and bringing things to an end with the scythe. Juggling, new beginning. I think going forward, the power is whatever this tariff deal that was done, I don't think there's something about it where the Japanese government go, yeah, no, we're not interested in that. I mean, there's something about it that is, okay, thank you. I'm getting with that Eight of Swords, the restriction. Okay, just show me. Is the US, there's something there that was poorly negotiated, not on China's behalf, on the US behalf, where Japanese behalf, the US, not on the Japanese behalf, the US behalf. Do apologize. My guides know who I'm talking about, and that's the most important thing. On the Japanese behalf, okay, was there something that was poorly negotiated by the US where the Japanese don't have to abide by the agreement? I'm getting a big feel for that. Was there something? Oh, damn, let's have a look. The Fool. Yes. The Star. Yes. The Ace of Cups. Yes. 3 yes cards. There was something that the US negotiated that was just poorly done. Queen of Wands, walking away, and the Queen of Cups. Big cards here. I'm going to say yes, and there is something where the Japanese government can bring forward a new plan, an inspirational new vision that has them walking away from this deal. The Queen of Cups. Something's not yet been revealed. We've got the government, we've got the working behind the scenes on what was a nightmarish, supposedly restrictive, and something there is going to bring it to the end with that Ten of Swords. Yeah, I'm going to say there was something in that deal that will not hold Japan binding. It was a poor deal done by the US. I think they've underestimated. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Let's see how it plays out. Loved you all. Take care.